Yo, what's good in the building, y'all? It's your boy here, and just in case y'all don't know who I am, I'm gonna give y'all an introduction. It's none other than Zeta, Zintendo, back with another banger for y'all, man. If y'all with the madness, you already know I'm with the madness. Let's get into it, y'all. All right, y'all. So here come. This is a video right here. That's pretty much a blast from the bad. I'm sorry. Blast from the past. All of us that grew up watching Blue's Clues, if a lot of y'all seen this on the internet, then you already know what I'm talking about. Our boy Steve done came back with a message for us, man. Our big brother, our go-to guy, our big educational slash entertainer slash, I just call him a big brother figure because that's how I felt like he was to me. Blue's Clues was pretty much the show growing up. The handy dandy notebook, the Salt, Mr. Salt, Mail, we just got a letter. We just got a letter. Oh man, that was iconic. a clue. I'm sorry, y'all, it's getting crazy. If you grew up in the 80s, you grew up in the 90s, and you guys watched the Blue's Clues, then you guys know what I'm talking about. For those of you that pretty much didn't grow up around that time, you might have watched reruns, you might have seen you might see that at your own disclosure. To us, for us growing up when the TV had aired it, it was special to us because you couldn't really rewind, of course, TV like you can now, whereas you can just press the remote and it goes back to the scene. Once it came on TV and it aired, it was there. They would probably probably show a rerun, which that when the episode hit, it hit. You either missed it or you got lucky and saw it. My boy Steve came back with a message for all of us that are adults now. 19 years since he left, and it was just for the 25th anniversary of Blue's Clues. 25 years. 25 years since Blue's Clues. Man, that's crazy. It's crazy to think about. 25 years, that's about 1996, I want to say. That's if my math is correct. It might be off, but I may be right too. 25-year anniversary. That just goes to show you how old a lot of us have gotten. but all of us, I'm pretty sure, that watched it, that loved it, and remembered a lot about it. And we learned something from watching that. Doing a review and a reaction to my boy Steve coming back and sending us 80s kids, us 90s kids, a message. Let's do it.
Hi. You got a second? Okay. You remember how when we were younger we used to run around and hang out with Blue and find clues and talk to Mr. Salt, freak out about the mail and do all the fun stuff, and then one day I was like, oh hey, guess what? Big news, I'm leaving. This is Brother Joe, he's your new best friend, and then I got on a bus and I left. And we didn't see each other for like a really long time. Can we just talk about that? Great. Because I realized that was kind of abrupt. I just kind of got up and went to college. And that was really challenging, by the way, but great, because I got to use my mind and take a step at a time, and now I literally am doing many of the things that I wanted to do. And then look at you, and look at all you have done, and all you have accomplished in all that time. And it's just so amazing, right? I mean, we started out with clues, and now it's what? Student loans, and jobs, and families, and some of it has been kind of hard, you know? I know you know. And I wanted to tell you that I really couldn't have done all of that without your help. And in fact, all the help that you helped me with when we were younger is still helping me today, right now. And that's super cool. I guess I just wanted to say that after all these years, I never forgot you, ever. And I'm super glad we're still friends. Thanks for listening. You look great, by the way. Whatever it is you're doing, it's working.
Yo, wow. Don't worry, y'all. I'm not shedding a tear. Man. Like, the overall emotion, like where he was just saying how he was glad we're still friends and he never forgot us, man. That right there just hit, man. It really hit. It's like all of us that go through this type of thing where we like go back in our minds and remember like the childhood shows and basically what it was to like as for us to be children back then. When I was growing up, a lot of y'all can relate, you know, the ones that's my age, a little bit older. Well, no, a lot older, a lot older, whatever. But we was growing up, we didn't have iPhones, we didn't have high-speed internet like that. We had computers, but they weren't like how they are now. We didn't have, you know, the technology that today we have now. We didn't have smartphones, we didn't have high-speed internet, we didn't have a whole bunch of things that we could use or utilize. We had consoles, we had television, we didn't have the stuff for entertainment now. So we had TV and we had shows like this. We had Blue's Clues. Steve came back with that message and it's like, man, that's crazy. Like, I'm glad he went to college. I'm glad he pursued everything he's doing. And he looks great, you know what I'm saying? He looks really great. He's what, 40? He's almost 50 now? Because that was a little ass kid when he was on Blue's Clues when he first started out. So for him to be his age and really doing well, man, that's, you know, it's a blessing. I'm great, man. I'm glad that he came back. I'm glad that he remembered all of us. Watching this just brought back a whole bunch of nostalgia for me. Just brought back a whole bunch back, man. It really do hit here. It really hit. It does leave like this feeling. I got Steve, man. He's my hero. I grew up watching him. I was entertained by it. And it also helped me learn. It was educational as well. But Blue's Clues has been one of my, shows that I would remember. Like if I had to write my top 10 shows that I remember growing up in the 90s, just growing up in general, Blue's Clues would definitely be in that category. Steve came back. He gave us his story. And I'm not gonna say I didn't get used to Joe. I feel like I did get used to Joe, but Steve, since it was Steve that started out, and since I grew up with Steve, it was a big difference. So, you know, so nothing against Joe, but Steve was the all-time great. At least for us back then. Kids that grew up after me, well, that came like after, maybe, yeah, they're the ones that probably got used to Joe. So, but I was glad to see Steve. I was glad to watch. I was glad for him, for his message, man. I was glad. And then it's like, I'm glad he never forgot about us because we never forgot about him. But that's it for this video, y'all. I wanted to recap. I wanted to go over what it was like. This is going to be one of my my videos, you know, preceding other videos of nostalgia of, you know, growing up in the 90s, growing up to televisions that were just that we watch, PBS Kid wise, Cartoon Network wise, and even just old time shows that we grew up with. Definitely gonna be more videos of shows you grew up with. Let me know what shows y'all want me to cover up. You know, let me know what shows y'all want me to like talk about, to bring up, and you know, the childhood dream we can relive, because there was a lot of shows we grew up with that was funny yet educational, entertaining, and just you couldn't get enough of it. There's a lot of shows I can go over, a lot of topics. Matter of fact, I want to make a YouTube section for this nostalgia, because that's just one of my things. You know, I loved growing up how I was, where I was, and at the time, and it was just a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful childhood, I'm sure, for a lot of us. We all want to go back. So, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what videos you want me to cover next as far as old videos, nostalgia. Thanks for supporting my channel. If y'all with the madness, you already know that I'm gonna be with the madness, man. So thank y'all very much. Arigatou gozaimasu. Sayonara. Until next time. We're basically looking for the closure that we needed, and Steve gave it to us. And that's pretty much all we can ask for.